If you are somebody who has been following along on my 996 GT3 journey, then you're going to want to stick around through this entire video, because my friend and mechanic Aaron, who has been joining me for this series, he and I are going to take you through the final, hopefully the final, most frustrating piece of this entire sorting process. So I bought this car back in late December it was December 23rd, 2025. And today it is what? I'll make it up. It's May 7th, 2026. And I'm still screwing around with getting this 996 GT3 up to standard. Now, this journey has really actually been one that it's taken a while and it's been mildly frustrating, but for the most part, it's been a labor of love because I'm super excited about this platform. I think it's the last refuge in the GT3 lineup where it's relatively cost effective, and it is so fun to drive. Now, in fairness, I did take the car back from Aaron, I don't know, a few weeks back. I took it on a rally, put 1,100 miles on the car, and so I was able to enjoy it, and I can definitely say that this is a fun car. It requires you to work for the reward, and of course I'll be doing more reviews on the driving experience. But today we are going to talk about a very odd and frustrating problem that I'm having with the car. And I talked to my other mechanic friends and they just laugh because I tell them what this problem is and they say, only you, it would only happen to you. So thank God for that kind of thing, because it gives me good content fodder. So Aaron, I'm gonna turn it over to you. Let's talk about what the hell is going on with this car.
Yeah, so Will mentioned there was that story of the cow dung and then washing the car, and then when I guess you were unpacking, you found that the rear carpet was wet. So we thought it was maybe just a fluke, you spray some water up in the wheel arch, who knows, maybe it got in somewhere. But after leaving the car in the rain, it was continuing to leak. So Will brought it in, I pulled the carpet out to do that. It's relatively simple. You do have to pull the center console to get the center section out here, and which worked out for us because we're doing the delete anyway.
The naked back seat, Aaron.
And yeah, that's what a race car looks like. Now we just need to put a roll cage in here.
But I don't need a $140,000 race car. I need. I know. That's a different story. Anyway, go ahead.
So I found that the water was coming in back behind this panel. I haven't removed this because to remove these panels, there's a lot of plastic clips. I do it on race cars when we build a car, and usually when you're doing that, you're ripping the stuff out, so who cares if it breaks. But this is all leather covered, so there's really no reason for me to take this out because I can see the leak back behind here when I turn this hose on. And we've kind of come to the conclusion it's coming most likely from the window, because the panel underneath it is the third brake light panel, and if you look down there, you see all of that body welding seam sealer. And that panel, I thought was a screw-in panel, but it's actually welded in, spot welded in and seam sealed. So to get that out, we're not going to do that. So our thought is we're going to have the window pulled out and resealed. The seal that goes around the window is not really removable at the bottom because it's glued to the window. And if you've ever dealt with a glass company before, they will tell you, we're probably going to break your window pulling it out. So we're getting a quote together for that to get this window out, a quote for a new one. Hopefully they won't break it, but chances are they will. I'll show you here, Will. Let's turn this water on.
Yeah, this is, I freaking hate that we're having to do this, but I find it hilarious, your method for doing a water test. I mean, hold on, let's look at the various pieces. We have a green garden hose, we have tape, I guess what the hell
yeah, duct tape.
And then we've got, a nice rag.
Paint protection film here.
Yeah.
So
here we are.
So this is the test method. It's pretty simple. But what I noticed, what's a little odd, is I noticed if you look here, Will, there's water coming down this channel here. And if we wait long enough, water will start coming out on this side. So I think, Will, you sent that video to a few people, and they said, maybe it's this gasket here along the bottom, but this is glued in. So if you see, well, I can't do it now.
So what's going on here, though? Could it be riding underneath that and coming in?
It's riding underneath that here, but what's weird is it starts leaking on this other side over here.
But I think I can see it coming through here, right?
Well, that's that, but look over here now. It's leaking over here.
It's got to be traveling along the
And there's no water. Look, it's all dry all along here.
So it's underneath it. I mean, that's just what has to be happening, right?
So we assume it's going to be coming through the seal in here. This is not the issue. We don't mind water going outside the car, but if you go inside the car now, you will see water.
Yeah, dude, that's weird.
Starting to fill the cabin. So I should get another 996 out here and see if the water flows the same way.
It's actually a good point. So,
which I have one. Now, if you look in here, this is the concern, is water coming in the cabin. I'll let you get in there,
let me see if I can get that, yeah.
Because it's going to be tough for you to get.
Sorry for the shoddy camera work, guys. All right, so yeah, here it is. That's really, really fun. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me just kind of, yeah. So there's water in that, right there. So the way that I found the leak to begin with is it had collected down here, so the carpet was all wet, and thank God it hadn't gone down here, because now you're getting into the immobilizer, which I understand is a living nightmare to replace if it goes bad.
So if you go to the dealer with a bad immobilizer, which I've had to do before, you not only do you have to buy the immobilizer, which I believe is now $1,200 or $1,400, maybe more. You have to buy keys. So if you want 2 keys, I think they're $300 each. It depends on your model and VIN too. And then it's an only dealer programmable thing unless you pay for Porsche's service for techs for a PWIS, which is an ungodly amount. There's very few shops that actually do that. So you're best off just going to the dealer and spending about $2,500 to remedy to get that fixed. So,
you know, so as an owner, I mean, I think, hell, I know. I've owned 25 of these cars in the past 8 years. So, I mean, I think I do have a fair level of credibility when it comes to what it takes to buy one of these cars that's got some age on it and deal with this sorting process, as we all call it. But I seem to have a lot of bad luck. I mean, this was a car, this is a car, it was totally worth it. I mean, I think I bought the car right. I paid $112,500 for it, and I got to believe I got like $15,000 in sorting costs to do this. And this thing right here, this glass issue, let's really hope it's that. Everybody that's looked at the video that Aaron shot and shared, they think it's what it is. But you know, you just get to this final mile and you run into a stupid problem like this, and it sort of gets to a place where you're just like, God, I just want the car in the garage. And that's where I'm at with the car. So, like, I'm not bitter. I really love it. If you are a 996 GT3 enthusiast and maybe you own one now, you know what I'm talking about, or if you want one, I would strongly recommend getting one. But I guess stay tuned, man, because this here hopefully will get solved in the next couple of weeks. To Aaron's point, like, you don't love the idea of some random sort of country bumpkin glass remover guy fiddling around with this glass. You think about the paint, you know, but what are you gonna do? I mean, hell, I'm even worried about this right here.
They'll get it out.
You know, if they hit this wing. But anyway, guys, that's the latest installment here. Aaron, thank you as always for your diligence and thorough testing method, man.
We're gonna dunk the car in water and just watch where the air bubbles come in. That's the next test.
Oh my God. All right, guys. Well, we'll see you next time.
All right, thanks.